Lisa and I have always dreamed of a classic American road trip. An old car, a long road, a desert wind, and an endless horizon. That's why we chose the legendary US Route 66 is a road that once connected Chicago with California and now lives more in history than in maps. It will be like in the movies, Lisa said as we left Oklahoma. Or like in documentaries about missing tourists, I joked. I didn't know how close to the truth this joke would be. We've been driving for over 9 hours. The sun slowly descended over the Arizona skyline, painting the desert in a bloody orange color. The navigator showed another 40 miles to the nearest major city. Maybe we can find something earlier? Lisa asked. I can't take it in the car anymore. That's when we saw her. A neon sign that flashed through the dust and twilight. Sunset Trail Motel, vacancy. The letters S and T did not glow. It looked like a motel had long been forgotten by time. But there was light in the windows. Authentic, Lisa smiled. It's exactly what you need. The parking lot was almost empty. Only an old pickup truck without license plates stood near the far edge. I assumed it was the owner's car. The door to the motel's office rang lead when we walked in. Inside it smelled of dust and an old carpet. Behind the counter stood a man in his 60s, thin, with deep wrinkles and a faded shirt. Good evening, I said. Do you have a free room? He stared at us for too long before answering. You're the only one today, he said softly. Number 12. Quieter. Did anyone else stop here? Lisa asked. No, only you. His gaze slid to the window, as if he was checking something in the dark. We signed an old paper journal instead of an electronic form. When I looked at the previous records, the last one was dated 3 weeks ago. Is there Wi-Fi? Lisa asked. The signal is weak. The ceiling is thick, he replied. It sounded strange. Is the ceiling thick? The room looked like a typical 70s motel. 2 beds, a convex TV, a picture with a canyon, and an air conditioner that buzzed like an old generator. Romance, said Lisa, throwing the bag on the bed. I checked the bathroom, the closet, the space under the bed. A habit after watching too many horrors. Nothing. We had dinner from the trunk and quickly fell asleep. I woke up to the sound. At first I thought it was an air conditioner. But no. These were the steps. Slow. Levels. They were in the corridor, right outside our door. Tap. 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 I looked at the phone. 307. Lisa, I whispered. She woke up too. Do you hear that? The footsteps stopped at our door. Silence. Then there is a slight click, as if someone had touched the pen. I jumped up and came closer. Who's there? I asked. No answer. I opened the door abruptly. The corridor was empty. Only the neon light flashed over the stairs. I called the office. Hello, replied the same man. Someone was walking down the corridor. He stood at our door. Pause. It's impossible. Why? You are the only guests. And your pickup? His, not mine. The line broke off. Lisa insisted that we go downstairs. If there are cameras, let them show the recordings, she said. The receptionist met us as if he had expected us. You heard footsteps, he said calmly. Yes. He led us to a small room behind the counter. There was an old monitor with 4 split screens. This is the corridor, he said. He rewinded the recording at 3 o'clock. We watched in silence. 3:07, we arrived. I leave the room, look around the corridor, and go back. It's me, I whispered. Next, Lisa said. 3:12. The door of our room slowly opened. A figure emerged from the darkness. She stood still for a few seconds, and then slowly walked back in. It's not me, I said. And not me, Lisa whispered. We were both inside on the record. The figure did not have clear features. The camera seemed to blur it like a video error. See, said the receptionist quietly. I told you that you are the only guests. Who is it? Lisa almost screamed. He looked at us with tired eyes. The one who stayed. According to him, in 1983 there was a tragedy here. The couple of the newlyweds stopped for the night. At 3:12 o'clock in the morning, the neighbors heard a noise. But there were no neighbors in the motel. In the morning, number 12 was empty. The door is locked from the inside. Things remained. People don't. And since then, he said, Every year someone hears footsteps at 3:12. Why don't you close the motel? Lisa asked. He smiled. Because then he will look for a new place. We decided to leave immediately. But when we got back to the room, our suitcases were opened. Clothes spread out on the bed. And in the bathroom on the mirror was written with a finger, "Stay." The air conditioner turned off, and the footsteps sounded again. Now inside the room. Tap, tap. Lisa grabbed my hand. "It's here." The door of the closet slowly opened. A shadow came out of the inside, the same as on the camera. She had no face, only a dark silhouette, and she looked at us. My phone lit up. 3:12. The lights in the room went out. I felt cold, as if someone had passed through me. Lisa screamed. When the light came back, it disappeared. Just disappeared. The door was locked. The windows are closed. The bed is empty. I ran out into the hallway. Lisa. The reception was dark. The motel looked abandoned. The pickup is gone. The neon didn't glow. I ran out onto the road. And only then did I notice that the Sunset Trail motel sign was no longer standing, as if it never existed. A week later, I returned with the police. There is a wasteland in that place. No foundations. No motel. The policeman said that the nearest motel is 20 miles away. I showed them a video from the camera, which I managed to record on my phone. 3:12. On the screen, I'm standing in number 1. Alone. I'm talking to the air. I'm shouting Lisa's name. And then the door slowly opens. And I go back. 1. No one else comes out. Every year on August 12th, I receive a message from an unknown number. Just one photo. Footage from the surveillance camera. Number 12. Bed. And 2 sleeping figures. Signature. 3:12. And below is vacancy. I know that somewhere along the old US Route 66 still stands a motel, which appears only for those who drive too long in the dark. And if you ever see a neon sign where the letters don't glow, don't stop, because if the clock shows 3:12, you will no longer be the only guest.